Hi guys, Dr. Angus Piker back here again, and I'm here with my very good friend and leader, communication leader, Dr. Russ Rosen. How are you, Russ?
Aloha, buddy. Good to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. And I'm looking forward to having you in person over here in Australia in not too long.
Yeah, me too. One of my favorite places on the planet with one of my favorite people, so I'm very excited.
Right. So guys, Russ is coming out here in July, the 5th of July in Sydney and the 12th of July down in Melbourne for what is going to be a communication masterclass. So in the morning, the first half of the day, Russ is going to be diving deep into how we communicate one-on-one with our clients. And in particular, Russ, what I want to chat with you about today is that why is it that as a profession, and then perhaps even more so as individuals, that we've really failed to inspire long-term relationships with our patients? Why do we all have, cupboards full of inactive files?
Yeah, this is an interesting question. And what I want to do is kind of double click on the first piece of the question. So is it true that we have a tough time developing long-term relationships? And the answer is maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's maybe. And here's why I say that. Do many of us have cupboards full of trophy cases of people that have seen us that don't see us any longer? Yes. Does that mean that they were not happy with us? Some weren't, some were. They might still feel that they have a relationship with us. Boy, if I'll tell you what, if my neck goes out again, I'm going to go back and see Russ. So it's an interesting piece of the puzzle we need to look at. A lot of chiropractors have great long-term relationships with people in the pain model. I have a neck pain. You crack my neck and fix my neck pain. Thank you very much. Next time I have a neck pain, I'm coming back to see you. So that one can work really well. We don't see them very often, just whenever they get neck pain. Here's the other piece of the puzzle. If you come from what I call an optimal health chiropractic model, so really my goal is to help remove nerve interference and show them ways not to recreate it, so they can not only feel better and prevent problems, but literally reverse the effects of the aging process and have a better life, right? So when they understand, man, by having a healthy functioning nervous system, by getting my subluxations addressed and reasonable lifestyle, I can be healthier. I can get healthy and stay healthy and have a better life. Bam. Okay, that's what I'm trying to accomplish over here. Now here's the problem. There's this massive gap. There's this massive gap between where I am and where they are. When they come in, they're saying, I got neck pain, can you fix my neck? Here's a problem. So what I do is I come over here and I either make them wrong, right? Listen, I need to let you know that we're not going to talk about your pain today. We're just going to correct your subluxations. Or I'm very ineffective in my communication, and although I allude to the fact that we're going to correct subluxations and help them get healthy, I never really help them get it. They kind of go like this.
I want to double click back on that, because this is something that I've been passionate about for a long time, because it was a myth that, well, it was a myth. It was a story that ran through for me from having been involved in chiropractic and a more subluxation base there too, is it was wrong to talk with people about symptoms, which to me just is madness. And I think you addressed this really well there too. Can we just talk about that just a little more?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the thing. For nearly 7 years, I didn't talk about symptoms at all. And for 3 years, I walked in for my history and I said, listen, if you're here for any other reason than connecting with spirit at a higher level, you're in the wrong office, right? Oh, good, let's meet them where they're at, right? Now, I had most everyone sign up for care with me, which later on, when I changed that, because I had an experience where I was on a gurney being brought into emergency room and I thought I was dying. And the last thing I wanted to see was this dude look down at me and say, would you like to connect with spirit at a higher level? Right? That's not what I wanted at all. I wanted him to say, what's going on? How can I help you? So I came back to my practice and I started talking a little bit more about symptoms and what was going on with them. And I said, well, why did you sign up for care with me? And they said, listen, we thought you were a complete idiot. But everyone told us, you're the best in town. If we didn't say yes to that, we couldn't see you. So there's this whole piece about I got to meet them where they're at. I need to meet these people where they're at, and I need to help them across this bridge of trust and communication to where we're at. That's what I want to do with these people. So do I think it's okay to talk symptoms? Absolutely. I think it's great to talk symptoms, to help them understand that symptoms mean change is necessary.
Yeah.
Clearly, the body is letting you know something is not right. Would you like to take a look at getting to the underlying cause? And there's a good possibility as you get healthier that there won't be need for symptoms. My intent is not to mask your symptoms.
Yeah.
It's not to get rid of your symptoms. My intent is to get you healthy enough so there's no need for symptoms. And there's a huge difference between those. Now, philosophically, I know there are people that disagree with me. But to me, that just makes perfect sense. Then I can help them and say, okay, I'm not going to focus on these symptoms. I'm going to focus on helping you get healthy and stay healthy. We're going to correct subluxations and show you ways not to recreate them over time. So if I want to have long-term relationships with people who understand get healthy and stay healthy, then I have to be able to get them to get it. And the truth of the matter is most chiropractors have no idea, and I mean no idea, how to get their patients to get this bigger picture so that they really want it. But once they get it, and once they really want it, we can have beautiful, wonderful, long-term relationships. I know in your practice, you've had all kinds of people that have decided to take a break for a bit, but who end up coming back. The reason is because they get the bigger picture and they trust you. Whereas if we do that other scare model where we break up with them, listen, you need this much care, right? You need this much care. Oh, you're going to stop? Okay, well then you can't come back. And by the way, is it true? I mean, let's just, as long as we're doing this, let's look at this. You need this much care. Is that true? Everybody needs chiropractic care. Is that true? Bullshit. That's my answer. Bullshit. How do I know that? How do I know that everyone doesn't need chiropractic care? Because look out your door.
Yeah.
Most people are not getting chiropractic care.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to say to me, everybody who is subluxated, who wants to get healthier and stay healthier needs chiropractic, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So when we get that in our mind, we stop walking in and telling people what they need. That's what we do. That's what we've been taught. Hi there. I have a neck. I have a neck pain. Someone cracked me once. My neck got better. Okay. Well, what you need is you need lifetime care. Nonsense. The gap between the two is too big. Yeah. We have to help them understand the value of a healthy functioning nervous system, and then we have to find out if that's what they want. Do you want to get to optimal health, or do you kind of want to just get feeling better? Knowing that we haven't really corrected that, but that's okay for you right now.
Yeah.
Right? We have to get to that place with them.
A question for you, Russ, because some people who'll be listening to this now might be, you know, what I'm hearing you say is that these long-term relationships come from a focus on the client and meeting their needs rather than having our needs be met, which seems to me to be the basis of just about every relationship, whether it be a friendship or an intimate relationship there as well. But if someone is listening to that and say, Russ, well, that's all good and well, but I don't want to have to spend an hour with my practice members every visit. Is this something that can be done in a time-effective way? Or is it, you know, how long is this going to take me to get this message, take somebody from here to here?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great question. So here's the scoop. Yes, it is all about them. It's all about them. Then they're interested in us, and then we can help them understand a bigger vision of what we can do for them. How long does it take? You know, visit one, the amount of doctor time, you can easily do it in less than 10 minutes. Some docs do it in more like 6 minutes. I personally like 10 myself. In the reported findings, doctor's portion, 10 minutes. Some docs do it in a little bit less, but you can do it in 10 minutes. Yeah. Some docs like to spend 15 minutes or a half hour if they like. Yeah. And we have support staff doing other things. But the concept is so simple. We're not having them read green books. We just need them to get this concept right here, okay? Nervous system controls everything. If we get the message from point A to point B, we got a better chance of being healthy. If there's a subluxation, nerve interference, and we're not getting the message there, it can affect our body's ability to function at its optimum. Yeah. If that happens over time, it can really cause devastating effects on our health. Our job is to find the nerve interference or subluxations, correct them, and show them ways not to recreate them. That's it. That's all we got to get them to get. Yeah. As far as daily interactions goes, you know, the amount of time you need to spend in the first couple of times they feel a little better, the first couple of times they feel a little bit worse is about 2 to 3 minutes. And then after that, you need about 30 seconds. Yeah. So if you're spending less than 30 seconds per visit, this probably won't work for you. But if 30 seconds per visit is enough, then dang it, this works really great.
Yeah, so I know we certainly spent a little bit longer than that, but it's if this, what I'm hoping for our listeners here is that you're starting to see a theme that runs through in Russ's communications. And I know here in Australia in particular, there have been some real challenges with, even registration boards and like that, because the thrust behind the care has all been about patient care. That's what I think is, the authenticity and the integrity behind the message that you communicate there too. So for those of you that are kind of interested in that, this is kind of perhaps tweaked some interest in you too, I'd really like to invite you along to our communication masterclass, where Russ is going to dive very deeply into how you run these concepts through the initial consultation, through the report of findings, through the daily interactions that we're talking about there as well. I need you to understand this is going to be a day all about content. It's not going to be so much a seminar. It'll be a working seminar where there'll be delivery of content. And Russ has been so great in that even after the seminar has finished, there'll be follow-up material that he'll be sending to you so you can implement this into your practice beginning the Monday afterwards. And so if you want more information about that, then you can go to chiropracticmasterclass.com, or there'll be a link below this video that you'll be able to come along to. And again, so that's in Sydney on July 5th and Melbourne on July 12th as well. So they're both Saturdays. Russ, thanks again for your time today, and we look forward to having you over here in Oz real soon.
Aloha.